New data from Google reveals that Americans are eager to learn more about vaccines. Over the past month, where to get COVID vaccine was the most Googled question across the U.S. The tech company's public liaison for search, Danny Sullivan, says people are hungry for authoritative information.
The top thing we're seeing is, well, where do I get it? And that makes sense, right? People wouldn't, that's not a surprise to people. But then you start getting into things like the second most popular, when can I get it, right? It's not just where, but now I realize I can't necessarily get it to it right away. And that ties into things that we show, for example, about priority groups. One of I think our third most popular related query that Trend shows is, how long does it last? As people are getting it and they're wondering, does this cover me forever and ever? There are certainly questions about, is it safe? Because people are trying to feel reassured if they should do this. How do I sign up? And then you get down into things like, well, which vaccine is better? Because people understand that there's different kinds of vaccines that you can get, and they're trying to understand the differences between them.
So for more on all of this, let's bring in CBSN technology reporter Dan Patterson. Dan, you report that there's actually been a shift in interest from COVID-19 testing to vaccines. What exactly did you find?
Yeah, so what's fascinating is that in spite of politics and disinformation and even a confusing, inconsistent rollout of the vaccine, Americans across all 50 states are hungry for authoritative and really credible information about the vaccine. And we've seen this shift dramatically when we look at the data. In the last few weeks, we see a spike in information and a desire for information about the vaccine and a shift away from information, or at least curiosity, about testing.
And based on Google search data, what are people's biggest concerns really about the vaccine?
Well, safety is a key concern for almost everyone. In West Virginia, for example, this is a state that was lauded for their vaccination rollout. We also see a correlation of searches for COVID vaccine side effects. We also see searches in West Virginia for, is the COVID vaccine safe? And across the board, people are curious about the vaccine in pregnancy, the vaccine in prescription, and even over-the-counter drugs. There are a lot of very common questions in the data that demonstrate people are curious, they are hesitant, but they're still very interested in this vaccine.
What in particular surprised you about the vaccine search data?
Hope. This sounds cheesy, but look, the pandemic changed the world. These vaccines were developed in record time, so it's understandable that people have concerns and skepticism. But we see in very large numbers, people are looking to learn more about the vaccine. They want to know more about mRNA, the science. So, this is an era that's been kind of dominated by politics and conspiracy theories, dis and misinformation. But we still see in every state, across every trend, Americans are hungry for science and facts, and that's pretty hopeful.
I do like hope. I'll take that any day of the week. Dan Patterson, thank you.
Good to see you.